The initial stages of getting in touch with your higher consciousness will be unclear, as prior to then, one has only been thinking three-dimensionally. What to expect in the development of the relationship with your higher self? Well, first of all, what is a relationship with your higher self? Your higher self is the spirit in your guides, which is connected to the etheric, spiritual, light, and akashic realms of existence, in which they are not affected by the time-space, which is duality. They can see both beginning and end because they exist in the space-time, in which time is not a factor, right? So prior to you wanting to communicate with your higher aspect, one has been conditioned to three-dimensional norms. So when you first try to access the divine messages, both in meditation as well as just receiving cosmic messages throughout the day, both experiences will be very unclear. And when the message does come, it will be very faint or obscure, surrounded by the noise and feeling of your animal mind and lower self, which isn't used to the uncomfortable feeling of growth. It wants to stay in survival mode, repeating compulsions and habits. There's a lot of belief in the knowing of God at the start. What that means is, even though you know God is real, the five senses and the body are still used to the third dimensional norms, so there will be a lot of doubt, hence why there needs to be belief, that things are going to work out. As you consistently repeat the process of meditating and tapping into the higher primordial cosmic seed, repeated patterns of messages and symbolism will start to manifest through animals, numbers, warm and loving feelings within you. An electrical surge of power and intuitive resonance will take over, as he who feels it knows it. Your ancestors and angels will illuminate the way. As months turn to years, one becomes so enveloped in the spiritual way that it becomes hard to go against the higher self. If I, for some reason, try to go against the higher self, I feel the resistance. It's actually easier to do the higher work than go against it, as your body and mind is more accustomed to the spiritual ways, as the biochemical centers have adapted to the lifestyle. It feels strenuous on the mind and intuitive discernment to ignore God's message. Love, peace, and power.